I know it's happened to me, and it's probably happened to you. You were out in the club, and you met the most phenomenal hottie. You get her number, or you give him your number, and somewhere in those initial exchanges, you're just trying to get that perfect message out. You write something, you delete it. You write something, you delete it. 10 messages later, that person has already got offers from other partners. They got dates set up, and meanwhile, the next thing that you write is Pornhub.com, enter, and that's your night. Songwriting is really not that much different than that, and I don't want that to happen to you where you just keep getting in your head. So in this video, we're gonna tackle editing and its rightful place. Hey guys, I'm Michael Carrillo, aka Hexspa, and welcome to my channel. Here, I release original music as well as music making tutorials every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't, click subscribe and also check the description for the Hexidose newsletter where you can get exclusive content and updates. So when you're writing, there are several techniques to just get you in the flow and give you an opportunity to edit later. There's a phrase that I like to use, and it is, if you edit as you go, you're gonna lose the flow. Say it with me. Edit as you go, gonna lose the flow. Don't let that happen, okay? I had a guy come over one day, we were trying to collaborate, and we were gonna write a song, I don't remember about what, and we both had our notebooks, and after about 20 minutes, he had about 3 lines written, and I had like 4 pages of stuff. I already had like the whole song developed, and he's like, but I'm a wordsmith. I'm like, dude, no, you're not a freaking wordsmith. You just don't know what you're doing. You gotta get ideas out, because the more stuff you have to use, the more stuff you can work with later. Songwriting is like gardening. It all just starts with a bunch of shit. So just get a bunch of shit out and you can edit that stuff later. So I'm gonna give you a couple techniques on how you can just start writing and without getting bogged down with your inhibitions and, mental health issues. Number 1 is brainstorm. Brainstorming is just dumping anything out. It has no form whatsoever. It doesn't even necessarily need to be about the song. Just write whatever that comes to mind. It can be related or not related. It's just meant to turn the water on. And just like when you're trying to get hot water for your bath, you gotta let it run a while before the good stuff starts to come. From there, you can adjust, just like the bath water. So keep that in mind. Turn on the faucet and just let it run. That's brainstorming. Another thing you can use is morning pages. This is something that comes from The Artist Way. I'll put a link in the description for that book. I really enjoyed it. A lot of people like it. And she recommends writing, I think, 3 full pages every morning. I did that for a while. It's helpful if that's what you want to do. I personally don't do that anymore, but it gets you in the habit of just writing and not censoring yourself. I also had to do this in 3rd grade, journaling or whatever, and all I did was bitch about my friend Jeff and how his hovercraft sucked and how my fast tracks were the best. Those are awesome notebooks right there. So try to use some of these techniques. Another technique which is good for coming up with song ideas is mind mapping. Now, where brainstorming is just putting anything out, mind mapping is trying to link ideas. So if you want to write about love, that's too vague and too big. Like they say in business, you want to niche down, find a submarket, just find a new way to describe something that hasn't been described before. That's going to help your song stand out. So mind mapping is saying, well, love, well, what about a trip to the Bahamas or spring break or the coffee house? So you want to link these big ideas and then slowly start to find smaller and smaller ideas. And from there, you can find the idea that you're going to run with. Another technique, which I like to use after my brainstorming phase, is called free association. Pat Pattison calls it keywords. So basically what you would do is after you've brainstormed, you will find good nouns, good adjectives, take those out and put them in a list. Maybe find 7 of these, okay? And then what you're going to do is take each one and free associate. So if you have something like speakers, you might think about bass, the club, girls in EDC outfits. You're just going to come up with anything that comes to mind. MDMA, ketamine, anything that reminds you of speakers. You're going to write maybe 7 words, okay? Don't do too many because you will get overwhelmed. It'll take forever. You do want to get to the songwriting process, but this is going to help you relate all your extra words and personal experiences with some anchor, which is your song topic. So do your brainstorm. You can do your mind map first. We'll brainstorm, mind map, and then find your keywords and then just free associate, okay? Very valuable technique. Just try to use concrete imagery if you can, or strong, solid feelings. And the next technique is to remember that music is just like ideas. You don't need to stick with the first melody you come up with. Now, personally, I like usually to use my first melodies because I like to move forward. I like to just take more or less whatever comes first and run with it. I do spend a lot of time in the idea development phase, but musically, I just like to put something down down, and then I can start building contrasting sections. I don't like to come up with the perfect melody because a perfect melody with no context doesn't mean anything. Melody always happens in context. That's where the impact comes from. You can just have a straight, flat melody, but if it comes in the right way after a very curvaceous melody, then it could have a ton of power. So I like to just run with things, but remember that you can also free associate and whatever with melodies as well. The last technique I want to leave you with for just dumping ideas on the page and not editing right away is the 5 questions. It's actually 6. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, so I like to say start with your why. Ask yourself, why is the character singing this song? Okay, I have other videos that you can check out that talk about this, but who is the character talking to? What are they talking about? We already said why. Where is this taking place? When is this happening? How are they speaking? This is a great sort of excuse to just write stuff down without committing to anything. I would say 99% or thereabouts of the stuff that I write for every song never makes it to the final page. No one is going to see this stuff, but it's very important to help support your ideas. Actually, one bonus technique which they talk about in this book, once again, the link's in the description, is to come up with your character and then write 25 things that they might say. Just conversational things. They don't have to rhyme. They don't have to be in any kind of rhythm, but this is going to help you develop your character, form a relationship with them, and make your lyrics a little bit more conversational, which will help you connect with your audience. So if this was helpful, go ahead and click subscribe. Once again, check the link in the description to join the Hexspa newsletter, where I'm going to be sending you free music and exclusive content. I'm going to be publishing here every Monday, 4 p.m. So I'll see you next week. Peace.